I think he's still loading up.
Okay.
Ain't that bad. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna be too hard on him. Hey, I said, hey, you ain't late too bad, so I can't be too hard on you. But you did sound like you was trying.
Yes, sir.
You on mute.
Emma?
Phone is on mute.
I'm not on mute.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
All
I couldn't
right.
hear you.
Brothers, I just assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, sir.
I just want to say thank you once again, Brother Donte X, for being a part of the conversation once again as we recontinue our discussion with you about married life, about some of the difficulties that you have faced and some of the successes. Today, we want to focus on the successes, the things that you've been doing right, things that your mate will say that you've been doing right. Before we get started, I just want to give a public thank you to Brother Damon for keeping us busy with our schedule. For some reason, Brother Damon is this type of brother, Brother Donte, where Brother Damon knows a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he has insight into a lot of people. And I just want to say thank you, Brother Damon, for
thank you. All praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
Raise the roof.
Thank you for all your hard work and getting the invitations out. It really is a big help to have a brother like you working with you on this.
Man,
so Brother Donte, you know, one thing Brother Damon mentioned to me about you is that you are a family man and that there's a certain regiment that you follow in terms of being a good husband and being the kind of husband that responds to the needs of your mate. Talk about some of the things that you've learned along the way that you believe have helped you become a good husband in the eyes of your mate.
Man, that's a good question. Praise be to Allah. I would say the first thing is prayer. that I heard the minister, I can't remember what lecture it is, but it was just, he was talking about prayer. He said, if you don't pray, you're not praying, get away from me. He said, because in order for us to help liberate, help fight in this struggle, you're going to need to pray because it is a marriage. We really are, when we're married to the mission, and just like any good marriage, the better you are at that mission and that work, the better the outcomes or situations you'll have or blessings you'll have. It doesn't mean you're not going to have problems or struggles, but because struggle is ordained, and hard trials are necessary to establish truth. So prayer, I'm gonna be honest, prayer is because shout out to Student Minister Lee, he was teaching today and said that prayer gives you contact to God. So Allah is the beneficent, the merciful. We're not, that's why we're allowed to wear his attributes. So you have to be beneficent in a marriage. You got to be merciful. But how can you be that if you're not in contact with the beneficent, the merciful? Because the minister teaches all the time, women will try you. That's what they're made to do. We get better with trials, so and overcoming them, because it makes us realize, we're not God, so you have to seek assistance from God, so I keep saying that because I've been in spaces, and I can be honest, I was staying I've stayed with people, and one thing I noticed is that people, have not prayed. They don't pray, and then we wonder why we're on the brink of divorce and things of that nature. It's not money that's causing these divorces, a lack of God, it's a lack of prayer. So I keep stressing that because I feel good after a prayer. We may have a situation, and then and then we pray together, so that's one of the things that keeps us growing, so I hope I answered that.
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. I think, prayer was your answer. That's beautiful, yes, brother.
And I want to say, we're a family that prays together, stays together. So that's beautiful, bro.
Right.
That's real talk.
Right.
And brother, you've been married for 8 years.
Going on 8 years, yes, sir.
Going on 8 years. And when you Pop the question. When you asked for your wife's hand in marriage, were you nervous?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was nervous all through the courtship. Still nervous.
What was the as talk to us about the day that you proposed leading up.
Well, I was in at her mother and father's home, and we were in the living room, and uh, I was sitting on the couch, and just unsuspectedly, I turned and kneeled down,
Yeah.
And pulled out this bubblegum machine ring. Let me stop playing. It was that bad of a ring though. I've upgraded though. I've done a lot better. So I kneeled down and asked her to would she, take my hand in marriage, and she was shocked and happy at the same time. And I can't remember if it was the same day, but I asked her father for a hand in marriage, and he said, "Man," he said, "Damn, man, he shook my hand. Said, I've been waiting on you, waiting on your behind."
Yeah.
So it's like, what took you so long, So I was like, I didn't think I was worthy, or I didn't think I had the financial means that it was of your approval, So no, but yeah, so that's how that happened.
Yes, sir. Brother, as you look, I know as Muslims, we do our best to see the good in ourselves. I know the minister spoke in the Swan song about how he had a real difficult time seeing the good in himself when Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, told him good things about himself.
Yeah.
And as you look back at the day you proposed and the father, said what he said about you, what was it, do you think he saw in you that made him feel comfortable giving you his blessing to marry his daughter?
I think one, because he's a man and he's lived. Him and his wife were married over 40 years, or together over 40 years, married 40 years, something like that. Unfortunately, she transitioned. My mother-in-law transitioned 2 years ago. But I think just knowing how to see, first of all, I'm a working man. I think that goes good for anybody, because a lot of us, unfortunately, with our conditions, some of us don't like to work. I'm a worker. I like to work. In the cause of. I've always worked. So I think he understood that. I was in and out of town because I lived in another city. So I would have to get in maybe a day or two and be gone because I had to work. And I wasn't, I took care of myself, to the best of my ability. And but I think also just him living life and seeing he's been all over the world, and seeing men, and I think he could gauge a bad one from a good one, or one with good potential, because of course he knew some of the things I was trying to work on for a skill or a career, and just things that I was already doing, just being productive. I think any man respects a productive black man like yourself, Brother Damon. You can't lose with a productive black man. Of course we need a lot of work, that's just comes with the territory. So I think he saw a good character. I love children, and and that's a good plus, because he loves his granddaughter. So I think that how me and his granddaughter get along, and I'm a velvet, but I'm firm as well.
Yes, sir.
So and I don't play that. We just had a conversation before I got on. I'm gonna make sure you be the best Muslim and helper to the alma minister, and the best woman of God. So
Right.
I think he saw those things. And he can, men, older men, they can gauge a person within a few seconds.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. Brother, since you've been married, over the almost 8 years that you've been married, you know, I know you see your own development, you know, from where you started when you got married to where you are now. Along the way, what qualities have you noticed, good qualities that you've noticed develop or get strengthened?
That's good. Good question. Spiritual, like prayer. I mean, honestly, I've learned, man. I mean, you come in and if you grew up in church or
You're muted, brother. Yeah, yes, sir.
hold on, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Um, Black people like to call you when you're in the middle of stuff. But spiritual. I think that that's one of the things, because you just think about the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said the minister's gift was in the spiritual, and it said that our problem is not a financial problem, it's a spiritual problem. So in the spirit is the housing of the sacred things that are sacred. So what's sacred? Family, God, health, humanity, and all those things. So that I want to say it because women would minister, they would try every fiber of your being. So what do? You smack her over the head? Do you kick her out, or you go replace her, or do you go to that rug? Go to that Quran. Do you go find things on the sign? Because we were robbed of the science of mating. So the spiritual, and then just a work ethic. A work ethic, and I think I learned that going into this also from unfortunately a marriage that did not work out, but work ethic. Like just working. It's because God wants to provide us the things necessary to take care of ourselves and our family. So it's so I would say spiritual and work ethic.
Yes, yes, sir. You know, if listening to your mate, there are things that you've heard her say about you, good things that you've heard her say about you. And I know that there are certain things that when our mates are talking about you to other people, when they're showing you off, if you will, talking about the good qualities of what makes them proud and love you. What are one or two of those things that you've noticed that your wife says about you that is a good thing that she sees in you?
She sees my care for our people. Like she talks about, and she sees me demonstrating. I just do. Sometimes Allah just puts things on my mind that on my heart to do. I mean, like go out and when I go soldier, I take bags of food out and just give them to whoever needs it. She or when we're out together, somebody looks like they can use something or they're asking for something, and I'm always willing to help. So that's one thing. And then just seeing the good side of people. That's one thing she talks about. She said my husband sees good in our people and our sisters and brothers, and focuses on that more than the bad. She sees that a lot, and then it also helps me to realize the balance of it is not, don't get too carried away, because you see the value, but the people have to act on what's good about themselves. So she does that a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. That's wonderful, brother. Listening to other people speak about us, it can be difficult when it's negative. It also is rewarding when it's something good. Over the years and the relationship that you have developed with her family, how was it difficult getting to know her family, her extended family? And have you been able to get to know those who are important to her?
Absolutely.
Sir.
Man, I loved her mother, and it's weird because it seemed like I see her mother everywhere I go. We had a guest today, and I told my wife, oh, she didn't know this, but the sister reminded me of her mother. I always, I mean, I got to really love her and didn't realize how much I missed her until recent, just a sweet woman. I've always loved sweet elder men and women. So that was it's still hard, Um, and I've gotten to know of quite a few her brother, her father. He talks very highly of me. Um, and I've got to meet other family members and even believers. She comes from St. Louis, so we kind of like those are her family. Matter of fact, one of the good brothers that I reached out to in regards to having an interest in courting her, he kind of checked me real hard because he thought I was trying to basically say, hey, what's up with her? No, I just wanted to know, like, is she single? And I'll do the rest. And I put a courtship paper in. I wasn't gonna be I wasn't gonna have social media courtship.
Right.
I just made that up. But I was going. But I was going.
No, some of us experienced that, brother. That's something real. Let's do it right and exact like you did.
Yeah. I'm not gonna quote your profile from 20 years ago and see you 20 years in the present. Now. No. But yeah. So I love St. Louis. The St. Louis believers are some good people. So they like family. Like a lot of their children, my wife was is like the auntie. Matter of fact, we're going to a wedding next week with a sister who is marrying a brother from our city, and she's known her since she was a little girl.
Oh, wow.
The sister's mother and my wife are very, very close. So we're all going there. So that's family, so the blood is one thing, but the spiritual family is that's our family. We're all brothers. So I've gotten to know a lot of the believing family and some of her extended family, and she has as well. My family loves her.
Yes, sir. That's wonderful. That creating that extended family, I think, is one of the things Allah mentions in the Holy Quran is He demands us to respect our ties and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, being that your wife is from a different city, and are you from Texas, Brother Donte?
No, I'm born and raised in Gary and raised in East Chicago, but joined in mile 74, Indianapolis.
Okay, that's right. So, how in terms of distance, how close is Indianapolis to St. Louis?
Oh, it's not that far. It's just about 3 hours. I drove there a few times even before I even met my wife. So 3 hours. I'd rather do 3 hours because this down here from Texas up north is my body hurt driving.
Yes,
and tickets is like crazy.
Yes, sir.
so about 3-4 hours.
When you and the sister got married, your family and the believers from Indianapolis, did some of them say, hey, congratulations, or because sometimes when we see people that we were in the mosque with, we don't always get to see them through the good things in life all the time because we move around.
Yeah.
Have you kept in contact with many of some of the believers there that you were real close with as you have this journey in marriage now?
Oh yeah. They mad. They care more about her than me. So they like, where my sister at? I'm like, you don't even know her. You know me. No, but no. Oh yeah. They ready for us to come back and come visit, and so yeah, they're always asking. I get random text messages throughout the year. How's my sister? Or then my wife will call them and talk to them, or we'll all talk on a three-way and stuff. So yeah, we they're definitely they miss her like she been there all her life, and she wasn't in the mile. So it's like them missing me is they don't miss me, they miss us.
Wow.
That's how they always say, I miss y'all. And so that's the type of bond that I had with my family, and not just even the believers, even my regular family, my blood family. They say the same thing. We miss y'all, and you know. So yeah, and it's the same way with her as well.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yes, sir. If you was to, if you had to speak to a few couples who are about to get married, let's say they're in courtship, and you were brought out to speak to them about the beauty of marriage, the beauty of the courtship process, and the successes that you have experienced as a result of it, what would be a few items that you would share with them about your experience?
As far as success, you said to speak on the success of courtship and marriage.
Yes, sir.
Um, Doing it the right way. I think see, you can't lose when you're doing things right. I'm learning that at 43. You know, like I know we want to do our own thing and some Islam sometime, but
Right.
it first of all, courtship, you know, is not marriage. You know, it's not you're not a boyfriend girlfriend. You're in court, and really, you think about it, you want to get in and out of court. Everybody hates going to court.
Right.
You know? So you don't ain't nothing fun. Yeah, you just say I'm about to go to court. No, court is think about it, it's really the same. It's finding evidence on you to see whether you fit you know the next process, which is marriage, or you don't fit with that couple, you know, with that individual, you know, both the sister and the brother. So starting right, you know, putting the courtship paper in, and if you feel like, well, the such ain't gonna let me do, well, okay, well, do whatever you need to do to do it right, because I'm just saying, doing it wrong, and I'm just saying it now, you know, like it's gonna follow you, you know, and then you need to, and so therefore you need to, and if you've done that, atone with yourselves, with the individuals, with Allah, you know, because you just want who wants to get in a marriage and fail? Like I hate I don't like failing, you know, especially not the sacred institution of marriage, you know. So I would say doing it right, and just being honest, you know, it's so much we've been through, you know, like it's so much things that we've been through, but that's why Allah's blessed us with the study guides, you know, with Dianetics, you know, especially our sisters have been through trauma. So you have to be honest. You know, you have to be real, you know, like if you're not comfortable, then maybe maybe it's not a good fit or good time for you to do that. So healing, you know, like, have you been molested? Both brothers too. Have you been raped?
Right.
You know, do you have bad, you know, certain bad odor? I don't know, you know, just anything to just be honest. So we were very honest, and we asked a lot of questions. Um, you know, I witnessed a man get killed when I was young, you know. So I let her know that, you know. So being honest of those different things, you know. Also meeting different believers, you know. Maybe she didn't meet all of them, but because a lot of believers love me, and maybe all of them don't, you know, or maybe have something to say. But for the most part, believers spoke highly of me, and believers spoke highly of her. So you want the blessings, because we're a family, we're a community. Because if something happens, situation happens, you got the believers to back you up. You know, so I think making sure that, I think those are successful things, because we've had little struggles come, and we've had believers from my side and her side come to our help. So I want to say that was one thing successful. Chaperones, you know, we had chaperones in both cities. You know, I want to say those are very successful, because then they can have conversations with you as well. You know, and we had both of those. You know, and we had some brother was like, man, I don't know, bro. You know, you got to make a certain amount of money to really sustain, and he wasn't lying, you know, but we went through it anyway, and went through the struggles, and have gotten over a lot of struggles, you know. And I think two of them was prayer and my work ethic, you know.
Yes,
increased my work ethic, because it takes work to make, you know, it ain't no spook God, spook money, or thing like that. So you have to work, you have to find a way to take care of that. So that I think I said the successful courtship, you know. And then just doing it right, you know. If you in a car, she's sitting in the back, you ain't sitting next to each other, and you ain't all booed up and stuff like that, and just going on vacations and stuff, just I think those are successful, and just meeting the families and things like that. That was very, meeting, even if it wasn't a good response, just knowing that she met my mother, met my stepfather, I met her mother, her father, her sister, but as far as the success in marriage, just having we're friends and we joke, like sometimes I see people they be a little bit too rigid, like do y'all laugh in y'all marriage? Do y'all like we dance just out of the blue in the house, we silly, we crack jokes, I think those are very successful because and then we talk about the teachings, we always sharing something. So we listen to the minister a lot. She reads a lot. I try to read as much as I can when I'm not working, but I listen to the minister a lot. So I think those are successful. We're not thinking about leaving, what I'm saying? Like some people get married and they ain't around no more, So no, she loves Master. If I leave Master Father Muhammad or if I leave the minister, she's gone. She'll, so and vice versa, So because we said our word is our bond, So that's it. I hope I answered some of those questions.
Oh, definitely, brother.
Beautiful,
Definitely.
brother. Beautiful.
Yeah. Brother, I want to say thank you because and here in Dallas, I talk to couples who are, one of my things is I get with young couples and older couples who've been together and they fight a lot. And many of the couples that I talk to, they're not married. And there's one particular couple that it looks like it's probably going to be one of the best things that they do to work on getting married. And I want to take a part of what you said and let them hear it, because I think that you're a very good example of a man who was married one time and then got remarried. And that is something that I believe many of them, the young men that I speak to, they can learn from it.
Yes, sir.
So I want to say congratulations to you. And you just snuck that in there that you're 43.
Yeah.
43.
No. I didn't say I was 43 years. I said it's been 40. No, I'm 43.
Okay. Hold on, brother. Let's be. What is your age?
I'm 43.
You're 43.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't think you was 43. Because last time you didn't say your age. Brother Damon never said what your age is.
Yep.
Wow, you're 43.
Yep, 43.
Wow, praise be to Allah.
It's some teachers, brother.
Yeah.
Just listen to the word,
Yes, sir.
Stop listening to little trap music. It'll keep life on you,
Yes, sir. Wow.
Not talking about you, but I'm just saying, like,
yes, sir.
Like, all praises are due to Allah, just, and that's another thing. She pushes me. She be on me, like, you ate. That's 2 meals, brother.
Yes,
that's 2 meals. We're really not supposed to be eating meat. I'm done with meat. I know you work construction, but you can do it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So I know you work 24 hours a day, but you still want me. I'm laughing because she's in here, but yeah, she I know you work a lot, but you gotta pray. You gotta pray a lot. A lot of he knew you was gonna work a lot, but you still gotta pray. So I think that helps out a lot. I think and then going out into work. Shout out to Brother Damon because he put me on. I was working and in school, and he still got me out because I was new to the city, so he got me out in the community, back on the block. So that's my soldiering buddy.
Yes,
soldiering brother.
Brother Damon. I feel like I know many of the brothers from Fort Worth because of the posts that he makes of you all.
Yes, sir.
And so once again, I want to say thank you to you, and I'll say and please give the greetings from Brother Damon and I, or Brother Damon and me, to your wife, and tell her that we say thank you for letting us have you for these few moments to speak about y'all's marriage.
Yes, sir.
And
can I say believe in men for the believing women? Like stop trying to make it cool. Oh, I'm gonna marry this. She know the teachings, you know, or he eat to live, you know. No, I'm believing in, you know, Master Prophet Muhammad, Muhammad, FOY, MGT, you know, just you know, it ain't can't mix up change what was given to us. You know, it's you know, it's just not this new thing, you know, it's just something that I see, you know, in the landscape, social media landscape, you know, just find a sister in the class, you know,
Yes.
find a brother that's, you know, or find a sister, you know, that's in the class, you know, that's simple. It's, you know, um, but if I understand another thing is she made me see the value of atonement, you know, I have to say that real quick. I'm sorry. Just atonement is so key. Like I remember we used to do atonement seasons, and really, I look back on it. Atonement is year round. We should always be atoning for wrong we've done to ourselves and to others. You know, so she's helped me with that.
Praise be to Allah.
But Damon, though, didn't I just atone with you, bro, Damon?
Yes, sir. Hey, we atone every other week, brother.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
Yes,
right.
sir.
We fight like real brothers.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I could hear that, you know, Brother Donte, when Brother Damon was talking about you, the way he speaks about you, you could tell that there is a spirit of brotherhood between the two of you. And I'm gonna tell you, Brother Damon is a very honest and blunt brother. I've always known Brother Damon to be very honest and blunt. Yeah. And he will say the truth. If it's something negative against the person, he'll say it in the best way possible. But he's had nothing but positive things to say about you and the way you comport yourself in marriage.
Praise you to Allah.
So I want to thank Brother Damon for just having his ear to the street as to speak, and keeping guests coming that are of high value and always have so much awesome things to share with us in the audience. So I thank you once again, Brother Damon.